Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be discussing on software testing, what it is, how to go about it, and some of the key principles of software testing. So, what is testing in general? Testing is checking how well a product works. Okay? You test by comparing your expectations versus the reality. That is the claims about the product. So you compare it with what you have. Okay. So once you're doing this comparison, you're testing the product. So testing is used to confirm quality rather than to achieve it, right? It helps you to detect errors, but it cannot confirm that there are no defects lurking in the software product. That is why it is generally accepted in the industry that no matter the amount of quality assurance you do, there will still be bugs that will be lurking in the system. Look at this animation here. You see, there is one guy with a gun testing a glass shield if it is bulletproof or not. So this is what testing looks like. Someone makes the claim and you are testing to confirm against that claim, right? Based on the requirements of the product. So this glass can maybe withstand this rifle bullets, but it cannot withstand maybe a machine gun. So you have to test against the requirement. So before you buy a land, you need to confirm if the land belongs to the owner by contacting the neighbors, asking questions, and if that is true, you get the documents and you take them to a lawyer to verify if they are legit. Okay, so all these things, all activities you do, you are testing. So, what then is software testing? Software testing is a set of actions taken to determine whether an application satisfies the specified requirements by comparing the expected results against the actual results and report the differences as bugs. All right. I know this is a new term for you guys, bugs, but we are going to talk about bugs later. But these are just conditions or issues you find in a software product. So, there is this screenshot. If say you've been given a job to test this um, screen, how will you go about testing it as a tester? Well, some folks will just jump and be testing things without even understanding. But as a tester, you first of all need to ask yourself, what is the end goal? What were they trying to achieve? Right? So if you understand what they were trying to achieve, then you can go ahead testing it. So how do you understand what they're trying to achieve? By looking at the requirement documentation. You go through it, you compare it now with this actual implementation. And if you find any differences between them, you report them as a bug. Create what they call test cases because you have to define all the steps and the actions you need to perform. So, what are the software testing principles? We have about five of them, but there are more. The very first one is customer requirement should be the basis for all testing. You need to conform with the requirements that have been written on the project. Software testing should be planned prior to the start of testing. Software testing should start with the smallest unit of software and progress gradually towards the entire system. Exhaustive testing or 100% testing, that is testing all possible cases, is not possible. To be effective, software testing should be conducted by independent testers who are not involved in the development. So you are interested in what the application is doing and not how it is doing it. Those that are developing it are not supposed to test the application, right? Those that are testing it should be independent testers. That is all for today's lesson. Hope you learned something.